Hey Staten Island, this is HealthWish, a conversation about the state of healthcare in the fabulous 5th borough. Our aim is to raise issues, raise awareness, and raise health. Because when we raise health, we raise everyone.
Hey Staten Island, we're at bat again at Staten Island University Hospital Community Park, home of the Staten Island FerryHawks and a site that will host other special events and entertainment throughout the year. We're chatting with FerryHawks Executive Vice President and General Manager, Mr. Gary Perone, about his induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame, a few cherished baseball memories, and the broader meaning of community at SIUH Community Park. Give a listen.
So, you have something in common with Goose Gossage and Bucky Dent.
Yep.
Maybe even more amazing, you technically have something in common with Babe Ruth.
Yes, so it's funny, I got a phone call 2 days ago, the New York State Baseball Hall of Fame. So it was very touching, and sometimes when you're working this game, I don't do it for the accolades. It's never been about that. It's been about how could I promote the game best, help other people through the game, and that's been about opportunity. Bucky Dent was my first childhood hero growing up when I was a young guy. I remember watching the Yankees play the Red Sox and he hit the home run, and that next year I went to Joe Torre Sporting Goods on 13th Avenue, bought white wristbands, and I said I wanted to be Bucky Dent, and I wore number 20.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So, favorite baseball moment? I'm curious. Is that it? Bucky Dent?
Favorite baseball moment? We've had, there's been a lot of great moments that we've had over the years. A couple of championships that we won. 2001, when I first started my career, I was returning baseball back to where I grew up. Now I'm going to say 2022 kind of got that same feeling for me. To come out here to kind of tell people, hey, listen, this is what we do. And we're not selling, we're telling. This is what we want to do. We want the community to be part of this. That keeps me going too. But one favorite baseball moment, my favorite player, another favorite player I had growing up was Don Mattingly. Time went along, and I was going to events in the city, and I was walking towards the bathroom, and out walked Don Mattingly. I'm like, this is pretty cool. So I said, hey, Don, I said, got a story for you. Young guy grows up in Brooklyn, loves the game of baseball. I said, I want to thank you. Thank you for being an inspiration to me. He goes, really? He goes, oh. So we started talking back. He goes, you got a card? Card? I said, wow, that's pretty cool. I gave him my card. Next thing you know, hanging out, then a couple months pass, and I'm at the baseball winter meetings. I'm in the lobby, and all of a sudden I hear, hey, Brooklyn. And someone says, Gary, you better turn around. So what? It's Don Mattingly. So then we got to see each other again, and then we got to talk more. But to be able to meet your childhood idols, I guess growing up has been pretty. But then to work alongside them, you realize, and I always tell my own kids, and all these players are just like you and I. They have a certain thing that they do that they're very good at. You guys save lives, you help people, you get them better. Our job is to entertain and to make people feel something different out of reality. And that's why I think the players that we meet along the way is very special. So favorite moments, there's been a lot. Every person I've met in this game has been special.
So I have to represent the Met fans out there. I can actually close my eyes right now and visualize every at-bat of the 6th game of the 86 series. I can still visualize Ray Knight rounding third with the arms flailing.
Yep.
And I think that was the day that I like baseball, but I truly fell in love. And I guess I would never have thought that they wouldn't win again. So I'm still in kind of shock.
No, the reality, the Mets are going to be really good going forward. Baseball's a story. Like last night I was watching the game on TV, because I never watch baseball when I'm here. I only watch when I go home. And I'm saying baseball's a romance. And if you love the game, you're tied to every pitch. You get emotional about it. It's like watching a reality show. That's what I say all the time. But the 86 team, I will definitely, by far, I had most of my years working in the Mets organization. You could be a fan of any team in the country. There's no team that will ever, in our lifetime, match the 86 Mets, ever. It was excitement, it was fun, they were crazy, they were nuts, they were real people. And that's the key thing, they were real, and they always kept it that way.
There's going to be 66 baseball games here this year. It's not just going to be 66 days, it's going to be a lot of other stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
When we look at Community Park now, Community Park is a venue. When you look at a venue, when you look at other venues like Madison Square Garden, everybody else, it's a venue. So in order for us to do well, we have to do outside events. And we're going to have to put a lot of outside events in because of the fact that what we're trying to build here is a year-round venue. Can it be full year, 12 months? We'll see as we go along with the project. But I believe that as we go into the later months of this year, where we are today, we're trying to get concerts off the ground. food festival, beer festivals. We talked about some kind of winterland, putting an ice skating rink outside. Those things would be predicated based upon, we still have some more work to do at the ballpark this year. Those renovations will happen at the end of the season. But the goal is to do 120, 150 events a year. We want people to come in and use the park. We want travel baseball teams to play their games here. We want the soccer teams to come in, the colleges to use it. But then on top of that, graduations. We're going to plan a lot of different things.
Yeah, for me, the graduations and the Little League stuff and the travel baseball, I think those things are special to me, right? I mean, the fact that your community is using it to make a better day for young people, whether they're graduating from college or they're still playing travel baseball, and to play this field with that view and everything, that's a special day, because there's some great places to play baseball in Staten Island, but not like this.
No, this is a professional venue all in all, but I think what's great about it, now that we have turf, we become multi-purpose. Multi-purpose sports to us is better. Keeps the kids very active, keeps them healthy. We want to show them that sports and health is very important, as we discussed too, is like building out programs for them to come in and to do different things. One of the things that we're really trying to work on is how can we put in small concerts and big concerts? How could we do comedy shows? How could we do anything outside the ordinary? One of the things we want to do is attract the producers and people to use the venue for TV commercials. So anything that you could think of, we will try to do within reason. We can't have horses on the field. We can't do anything with horses or monster trucks, but we could definitely do other fun stuff with the field too. So we're looking forward to meeting with the promoters in the community too, to utilize the venue. The corporations are very excited. They get to host softball games and to be on the field too with their employees. So all these things will work itself out.
I think one of the things that you hear about constantly with this part of Staten Island is that access to it is never ideal. I know that you've done some work to try to improve that access in different creative ways.
With train that goes from Tottenville to St. George, you have buses that come here. You have 2 tremendous parking lots now with accessible parking that we have offered. As we're building up, we're working with our bus company to kind of do a shuttle service too. The goal for us, give people a reason not to say no. And if they say no, it's on them. And I think that was the main goal that we've had since we've been here from day one, is listen to the community first. This is not about us. So we're really listening to everyone in the community. How can we build it better? And the access was number one. But I think, conditioning people to understand that the downtown district of Staten Island now, a little bit different from before. And it's gonna be a lot more fun.
You're working hard on putting in shuttle buses. The Staten Island Rapid Transit, get in there with a couple of people, it's great access to here. The ferry is still, if you're meeting people in the city or after work, I mean, my gosh, you get on the ferry, you get a great view of the Statue of Liberty on the way in, you have a couple of beers and watch a baseball game. You can't beat it. And then I think just as important that you've secured 2 parking lots that people can park in, so the whole parking issue that has always been an issue should be substantially better.
Oh yeah, 100%. With our partners at Empire Outlets, and now the Wheel Garage is ours. So we took it over on game days that we're going to operate. And then for outside events too, that's important. One thing I did forget was that we have a fast ferry now, which is literally 20 feet from the back door of the stadium. But the key thing for year number 1 for us was really Outerbridge, Verrazano. Keep everybody part of Hawk City. We got to rally back. That's what we've been doing.
100%. When I say that Manhattan, I'm not even thinking about Manhattanites. From my standpoint, I'm like, okay, you work in the city.
Yeah.
You're a 20-something or a 30-something. You can get on the fast ferry or get on the ferry. You're coming home anyway.
Yeah.
Have a craft beer with your buddies or with your girlfriends. Watch a baseball game. And stare at the beautiful skyline. It's just an amazing thing for young people to take advantage of. And I think we just got to get them to start thinking that way.
Right. And I think the way we built the ballpark out, you mentioned certain things too, like we've designed certain areas of the ballpark to kind of hit that. And when you look at left field, as we talk about, left field is the south, I call it the South Shore of Staten Island. So in the South Shore, we have our bar areas and we have our Killsborough Brew Cave over there. And then when you go down the first base line, as we're developing it out, it can be called Shallon Alley. So down in Shallon Alley, we put in local vendors on a nightly basis. Right now we have Gino's cheesesteaks in here. We got Hobra, we got Kettle Black. So I think we're really, really thinking about the community first.
So people always talk about job creation, right? So I mean, there's 2 levels of job creation, right? So there's the people that work in a building like this. So there's you're talking about a substantial number of jobs just there. But then there's like the halo effect of people coming in. And I know in baseball there's like a lot of movement back and forth, but you guys really hire local.
The key thing is, when you're a local community park, you want to have a local people who go to school at CSI or Wagner or St. John's. You want to give them the first opportunity to be here. Everyone wants to be in sports, but you need to represent your community. And that's the way I've always seen it from day one, is that we need the local community to work with us, whether it be doing the hospitality, selling the tickets, doing some sponsorships, and it becomes more genuine.
So I wanted to mention a little bit about fundraising in pediatric cancer. One of the things that we were able to do together is the proceeds of the first game went towards pediatric cancer care on Staten Island, which was a very big deal for us, towards our Florina Cancer Center. And this is something that we hope to really make into a much bigger deal here.
Oh, 100%. One of the goals that we have together as partners is to make sure that we benefit the community. For years, I've always supported pediatric cancer personally. I've worked with a lot of people doing that, and when we formed our partnership here, we want to do the same thing. So by utilizing the venue, utilizing the organization, the tickets that we have, we could raise some money for pediatric cancer and help out the best we can in doing this partnership. I think we'll do pretty good.
I also personally donate money to a lot of these large pediatric centers all through the country. But at the end of the day, people have to remember that if, God forbid, one of your family members or friends, if your child is stricken with a critical illness, the majority of those kids are going to be treated in their own community, and we have to make sure that we have the same world-class care here that they do in some of these other centers around the country, and we always have to remember that.
We want everyone to know that you guys are top. You guys are top of the list, and we're lucky to have you guys as partners and helping the young children, because how many families that we personally know on Staten Island in our own community who have been battling it. So, we want to make sure we're there to help. Before we end off, just wanted to give you your own little FerryHawk hat here.
Nice.
There you go.
All right. I love the FerryHawk. I think it actually looks great, so I will put my FerryHawks hat on.
That hat looks really, so I like that hat.
Yeah, I do like the hat, and I have to tell you, I will acknowledge the fact that I'm a dad hat guy. I don't do the flat brim. I prefer like the kind of more sleek, streamlined. No, I don't go full floppy, but just like the more bent kind of golf look. I got to ask you, last question from me.
Yeah.
All right. 5 years from now, what does success look like?
Success looks like that we together have rebuilt a venue that was special for years. We gave it back to the community together, that the couple of 100,000 people a year who come here have a great time. We create memories for them. The impact we have in the community with kids playing, that maybe one day we will see a kid play here. That's the goal. The goal for us is to create memories.
Tell those folks how they get their tickets.
You go to FerryHawks.com, or you could dial 929-59-HAWKS.
Well, thank you. Truly an amazing opportunity, and we were so excited to be involved with this wonderful organization and bringing baseball back to Staten Island.
And we thank you guys too. And we look forward to great memories at Staten Island University Hospital's Community Park.
Go FerryHawks.
Thank you.
Be sure to check out our FerryHawks bonus episode, where we sit down with a pair of special players, FerryHawks teammates Kelsey Whitmore and Casey Clemens. We asked Kelsey and Casey about the nature of their notoriety, what they love about the game, and how they like playing on Staten Island. HealthWish wishes to thank our very special guest, Mr. Gary Perone, Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Staten Island FerryHawks. We're interested in your health wish. Contact us at healthwish@northwell.edu. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again soon.